the day.
I would just add to that, from my perspective as a 35-year-old guy, I do want kids when I'm older. And I've always said around 40 for that. But the likelihood of me getting married is extremely low. So it may be some sort of hybrid model, which is, have a kid or have a couple of kids with maybe one or two different women, completely financially support the child, obviously being the life. And, you have that kind of arrangement. But I can't see myself getting married at this stage. That may change. Maybe something dramatic.
I've seen other guys though. There's other guys that other content creators even that people may have heard of who are watching this, and they either have or they're looking to have those kind of arrangements where it's not getting married. It's not getting married and moving to Croydon and moving to a semi, and just having a screaming wife and having to go to IKEA every week.
We'll be next door to Wheat Waffles.
They want to have kids. All right, but they're going to do it in such a way where they retain their independence. They're still mobile. They might even still be going and seeing other people, but they're supporting those children. So again, I think there are different ways of doing this. We don't.
That's my plan, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
So would you ever? Have you thought? You seem like quite a planner, Mr. Waffles. Have you thought about the long term? Could you see yourself getting married, having kids? What's your? You're still a young guy.
Marriage.
Thought about this?
I'm not entirely sure. There's obviously huge possible implications. A lot of people see it as essentially like you're gambling with all of your life savings with marriage. Unfortunately, I haven't watched. I probably haven't watched as much content about the ins and outs of marriage as I should. But obviously, it's not even on my mind at the moment because that's well into the future. I'm. The response that you're getting from me probably isn't as educated as I would currently like it. Basically what I'm saying is that, if and when the time comes, I'm obviously going to do a huge amount of research, whether the risks outweigh the benefits or the other way around. But just on the face of it, from what I've heard from other content creators in the space so far, it's not looking so good. Just because it's a huge negative sort of thing. You even hear it in the mainstream nowadays, people saying that marriage isn't worth it for guys. A lot of them aren't even choosing or thinking about doing it just because they know about the risks involved. Obviously, there's been huge high-profile stories recently. Who was it? Was it Jay-Z? It might have been Jay-Z, or it could have been somebody else. Well, you hear these celebrity stories all the time about...
Did he divorce Beyonce?
I'm not sure if it was him. It might have been somebody else, but... My point is that you always hear about these celebrity stories that he's paying $500,000 a week to his ex-wife, in alimony payments, whatever. Just hearing things like that, it's not very optimistic looking. So it depends what spot I am in the future. As I say, I'll have to think about all of the risks and cons and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few separate things here, isn't there? Because there's marriage, which is one thing, the legal sense of marriage. Then there's long-term relationships, which is a different thing. Then there's monogamous and long-term relationships, or you're just seeing a girl, but you're traveling around a bit and you can keep that going for a long time. And then there's children, and children is a separate bucket again. So
I would say
as men, we've all got to make decisions on all of these things and figure out what we want that's best for us.
Well, I would say in my current stance, based on what I know now, I'd probably give 80% chance that I want kids, 20% chance marriage. But those percentages could be very flexible at the moment. Because as I say, I haven't given it much thought as I would have liked. I haven't done as much research as I would have liked. Because, these are arguably the two biggest decisions that you're ever going to have to make in your life as a man.
Yeah.
You're going to have to give weeks, if not months, if not years worth of thought to both of these questions, whether they're actually going to be worthwhile investments in the long term, because they can either make your life really good or they can make your life hell. It can go either way. It's not a small decision. You're going to have to think about it a huge amount. But those percentages is what I would say is, what I believe at the moment. But that could all change in the future once I do more research.
Or if we take you to Colombia and you knock up a girl and a night out in Seattle and you have to do the honourable thing, move to Colombia, wife her up.
Yeah, I've heard Colombia's got one of the highest divorce rates in the world, if not the highest, or it's got the highest infidelity rate, or it's something like that. It's You know, the dating
No,
market
Colombians
is
aren't loyal,
all
that's
over
for
the
sure.
place. Like that's what I've
Colombians
heard.
Would
aren't
you
loyal.
like to come to Colombia with us? Would you like to come to Colombia with us next week, Wheat Waffles, and then we can live stream it from the club. And
Next
we'll,
week
we
is
can
a little
give
bit,
live updates to the
little
audience.
bit too early notice, but I'll keep that offer open
Okay.
for maybe in the future. But